Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and we have a very interesting decision to make about whether or not you're summoning this weekend. Looking at the news in-game, my initial thought was, wow, is that it? That seems kind of weird. I'm not going to summon, but then the new information I've got for this video has probably changed my mind, but we'll see. It might be different for you, of course, so let's break it down. We have the Fortune Deck of Fate, which is starting tomorrow and runs all the way through to the very start of Monday. To get points for the Deck of Fate, you need to summon champions and level up champions. So yeah, champion training, basically. What is kind of weird is that there's not that much in terms of exciting, I would say, rewards in here. You have only 150 festival points, actually, which is less than we would have expected, usually for these summoning events. And that's good. That's actually good. Because usually for these summoning events, you might have 250 or so, and you can be under quite a bit of pressure to actually complete them because of that. This means, you can skip 250 points total if you're trying to get the max points for the Arman Soul, which makes this potentially very skippable. And they're going to be spread around 4 rare cards and 1 under an epic card. I mean, to get all of these points, you'd likely have to ensure you'd get them. You'd have to pull nearly all the Deck of Fate. You're going to have to do nearly all of it. So yeah. That's cool. Apart from what's in there, I mean, it looks to be, unless there's some surprise, I don't expect a surprise though, but it looks to be just some books, right? Epic books, legendary books, also mythical books, some gems. That seems to be about it. Like if I jump over here to the Fortune Deck of Fate, again, you can see there are mythical tomes in there as well. So it seems like it's mostly tomes, and maybe there's some other stuff, but nothing big. Nothing big. So yeah. Low on festival points, which is nice, makes it much more optional. Doesn't seem to be any massive rewards going on. Well, here we go. This is what is going on. On Friday, the 28th of March, we're planning to launch 2 events simultaneously. So that is something to watch out for. This Deck of Fate starts tomorrow. Unless there's something weird here, it starts on the 28th. Right, so the Deck of Fate will go live tomorrow, but we have another event which does not go live until the Friday. So don't summon your shards before the Friday, right? Wait for the Friday for these to actually start. Maybe there's some sort of typo or some mix-up here. Maybe this stuff will actually start early, but maybe not. Maybe not. But here we go. What do we have going on? A 2x event to summon epic, legendary, and mythical champions from Primal Shards. I don't remember if they've done this once before or if it was always separate. They totally did mythical only 2x. They totally did epic and legendary 2x. This is everything. So this is an amazing time to summon mythical shards, primal shards. I got myself some primal shards. I bought myself a pack for my birthday. So I've got a ton of them. This becomes very tempting to go for. So your Primal Shard in this 2x event will have a 1% chance for mythical, a 2% chance per shard for legendary, and a 32% chance for an epic. And then, I don't know, add all those up and take it away. You're going to have like, what, roughly a 62 or something, 63% chance for a rare. So you're still mostly going to get rares, but you've got a pretty decent chance to get something cool. So yeah, like the 2x for mythicals, for me, that's the time to pull the Primal Shards. I want to just get as many mythicals as possible. I want to pull in 2x mythicals because mythicals are insane and they're kind of game-changing. I don't have a single one yet. Maybe this weekend is my chance. It could happen. A birthday mythical coming home. It could happen. There's also going to be a progressive chance event on at the same time, and actually quite worth picking this well, seeing as if you're pulling primals, you're going to be getting extra for these. What is also interesting about this, guys, is that it does mean we were expecting 2x ancient shards this weekend. That looks like it's, well, I mean, I think it's clear it's not going to happen. No 2x ancient shards this weekend, which means most likely for the upcoming fusion, which we'll probably hear about in the next couple of days, most likely. I'm guessing probably tomorrow, right? If they're telling us about the summons today on Wednesday, they probably tell us about the new fusion on Thursday, and then on Friday, everyone's excited because they're summoning mythical champions. It's sort of boom, boom, boom news. So that's how I would do it if I was the news person, right? What was I saying? So yeah, no 2x ancients, which means fusion probably starts next week after the Titan event ends for Arman Soul. Titan event ends, new fusion starts, bang on. Probably starts with the Summon Rush event, and then the week after is probably 2x Ancients, which means the next fusion in terms of shard events is probably pretty accessible, right? 2x Ancients is, I think, the easiest way to do it because you can use. Oh my god, it's rain. I was like, what is that sound? It's rain. Oh my, weird. You can use your Void Shards and your Sacred Shards to do the Summon Rush, and then you can use your Ancient Shards to do the Champion Chase. It becomes a lot easier. So that's good news for the next fusion, actually. So yeah, looking at the champions for the Progressive Chance event, what do we think? We've got Theodore, Bad Alcazar, Calvalax, Xavia from the Primals. Let's talk about the Primals and obviously the other ones as well. This, if you're not doing Primals, this seems like a way low value event, you know? Like, only if you're desperate for festival points. Only. I think if you're not desperate for festival points or you don't want to pull, like you either want to pull, like me, I'm in the position I don't need the festival points, but I want to do the 2x mythicals. Yeah, if you're not in that position, you don't need the festival points, like you would not do this really, I think. But anyway, if you're close to Mercy for a couple of these, probably, I'd say Theodore is the best. Theodore still comes into a bunch of speed teams for clearing stuff. He's still really good because he can basically explode poisons and explode HP burns. He can do both, which is great. He also applies AoE poisons and poison sensitivity on his A2, so he can bring his own poisons to explode. His A1 is an AoE decreased speed, so he's got AoE decreased speed with AoE increased speed in his kit on good cooldowns. Yeah, he's just a fantastic, really solid champion. Like, he does show up in a lot of teams. He's certainly a good champion to get, so that's what I'm going to be picking. Badel is fine as well. Calvalax is fine. I would say Xavia is probably the weakest. Badel is sort of, again, the older solo stuff. I think you would really prefer to use a Theodore these days, but Badel can totally solo some stuff, right? He's putting out AoE poisons and heals. Simple enough. Solid champion. He was amazing back in the day. He's still okay. Calvalax is not as good as he was. I actually have 2 Calvalax, and I don't really use them too much anywhere. They really fell out of the meta with hard mode dungeons, where they went like Ice Golem, which was the big place where poison was god tier. They made poison not work on Ice Golem hard. So Calvalax not as good. Still good, but not as good. So he's a fun champion, but I feel like he's not necessary really to go for. And like I said, Xavia is quite old. She's a poison exploder, which again really fell out of the meta, particularly with Ice Golem. I think even for Ice Golem hard, she was the wrong affinity, and Elenarl was better. Like, Xavia really had her day in like Ice Golem 20. We will be going live, by the way, with the stream. Actually, the stream is probably live by the time this video goes out. In fact, I can X this off. There we go. Great. Where was I going? I was going over here instead. I clicked the wrong thing. I'm streaming AFK Journey. Should be fun. You can probably... Yeah, we'll talk about that more. Check out the stream if you're interested. So I wouldn't super recommend Xavia. For the epics, Venomage, Aishma, and Delaja, I think Venomage is definitely the best one. Aishma and Delaja, I think they are both really only worth pulling for, but it is worth considering for this because here's Aishma. She is part of this fusion, and Delaja is part of this one. This is kind of interesting to see that they're doing more events where the epics for the Mikage fusion are coming back in. I'm excited for that. Makes me wonder, should I save my shards for when they do the possibly Ulfric and Elisania one? Because I really want the Lady Mikage, but yeah, anyway, that's cool. So look, I think you could put in these ones really mostly and only if you want them for Lady Mikage. Venomage is much more useful. She's a solid AoE poison with the heal reduction as well, which is super good, particularly for Nether Spider in Curse City and in Doom Tower. For the Void Legendaries, we've got Supreme Kale and Venus. And then for the Epics, I'm blocking it, but Eurogrim and Akemptum. I think Akemptum is probably a bit better, but Eurogrim is decent as well. Eurogrim is like a budget Bad Alcazar, so he's fine. He's good. Akemptum is pretty cool. You can do some pretty fun teams with him. I don't have many videos myself on Akemptum. I do have him. I don't have many, but I know that like Saf has done a few because he puts out the Hex and then he's basically doing Poison Explosion. It's kind of fun little niche stuff. He can be good for Spider Hard, actually. He can be pretty good for Spider Hard. So that can be a niche team to build if you don't have a good Spider Hard team. That could be one to check out for sure. For the Voids, Venus is a solid pick, especially if you've got Cupidus. So, for example, for me, I got a Cupidus. I don't have a Venus. They're still a strong combo. They're decent in Arena. Not as strong as they were, but they're decent. And they're decent. They're more than decent. They're very, very good. Very good for Hydra as well. She has AoE decreased defense and weaken and an AoE HP burn. Her A1 is poisons. It's a solid kit. HP in all battles. She's just solid. Very applicable across the board. She has buff strip with a chance for an extra turn if Cupidus is there, which again is a nice bit of utility for Hydra and just in general for Arena as well. She's a really solid champion, high base speed. She's great. Great champ. Very, very good. Really, she's even relevant in Hydra without Cupidus. Cupidus is only really relevant with her. In combo, they're a very good team, but she's a great champ. Supreme Kale is an interesting one. Supreme Kale, I think, I did a video on this recently, so check it out if you're interested. He does have viability in high-end Arena even, well, so long as you're not fighting too much Polymorph. But what he does that's really good is, because they buffed Lethal Dose, the blessing that makes poisons do more damage, right? So long as you're not fighting 6-star Polymorph, which is irresistible, you can have a Supreme Kale come in, and because his poisons cannot be resisted, he's able to get a massive amount of damage out from Lethal Dose, and you can build him with high resistance, right? Instead of needing accuracy, you build him with high resistance, so he can actually resist Polymorph. So he can be like a poison debuffer that does a ton of damage. And yeah, downside is he needs a pretty high soul to do it. You need, I would say, I mean, at least the 3-star soul, preferably the 5-star soul. So it's not easy to do. It's a much more niche thing, but it's interesting. He's also just a good damage dealer in general. So I've been pretty down on Supreme Kale when I got him, but I am warming up to him. I can tell you for a fact, if I got like a good soul for Supreme Kale, I would definitely be using him because he does some cool, pretty interesting stuff. The combo I think is particularly strong is a cheeky one. She's particularly strong with everybody, but Crixia is particularly good because she gives you resist in all battles, and she can remove the enemy buffs, and she can also reset Supreme Kale and really get him pumping out the poisons. Check out the video. I did it on the channel recently. Make sure to watch the video to see what Supreme Kale can do. We jumped on someone's account that was like pushing, top end plat with it, and it's pretty cool, pretty interesting, especially if you don't have Narcies. It's cool. Would I pull for him though? Probably not. If I had a soul, or if I just love the idea of Lethal Dose in Arena and doing something different, maybe. But he's not the Void to go. Like there are a lot more better Voids that have much higher guaranteed value. Like, a Sifi, or we just have, I think on today, isn't it? Taurus is on today. So like, I mean, there's no question. Would I rather have Taurus or a Supreme Kale? Taurus 100%. 100%. So I don't see Voids as being really the go-to for this event at all. Like, I think this is an event basically with Primal Shards, or you probably want to skip this event is my vibe. But yeah, for me, I'm going to do it with Primals. I'm going to be locking in Theodore, and I don't know, do I need an extra copy of either of these? I don't think so. Actually, maybe Delaja. I'll put in Theodore and get a second copy of Delaja, so I've got her. Because why not? I've got plenty of NMH myself. But that's what I'm going to do. Let me know what you think about this one. But yeah, when I woke up today and I saw like, wow, there's no guaranteed champion or anything, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Not really sure about this deck of Fate. But then when I saw, oh, it's a big 2x event for the Primal Shards, I said, all right, I'm back in. I'm back on board. But it really depends on your account. And yeah, bear in mind, hopefully we'll have news on the Fusion even before you even have to make the decision about pulling or not. So hopefully that will help you make a more informed decision as well. Listen, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.